Come with me, Huna Flash, and 144 Dragon Riders on September 22nd and September 26th in Vancouver. There are 2 dates to provide limited seating. Join me for an experience of a lifetime as I take you on a journey through the tears of a dragon, through your inner being, higher dimensions, to your lowest dimensions. A dragon ride that will help expand your consciousness and provide healing and assistance to your physical and your spiritual being. We look forward to greeting you there, and we look forward to riding with you. Okay, my ninjas, it's time. Get that raffle. You win a one-to-one session with myself, Huna Flash. You know what the time is. It's the time. It's time to get together. Get that raffle out there, and I'll see you. Just you and I. Nobody else. Just me and you. My ninja. All right, sweet, sweet dear ones, sweet, sweet, dearly beloveds, welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. Good to feel you all here again. Welcome to another Unrata, a session, a gathering, a conversation. It's not really a show, is it? It's not really a show. It's more of a conversation. And I enjoy understanding it that way, feeling it that way. We've got a wonderful conversation coming today. The topic is so, it seems like a simple topic, but it's an incredible conversation. Simple, not simple, whatever, but it's going to be, and it is, and it has been, and always will be, profound conversation. I want to welcome all those who are new to this gathering. We gather every Sunday live and interactive here. Those of you on the grams of instant and the book with a face and the tube of you here in this channel, here in this portal, here in this moment, the Unra and the light of days. And I do hope you've been having an experience of the light of days recently. It has been showing up. It has been pushing through. It has been wanting to come through. It has come through. Even for those who are certain levels of this connection, it is coming through for you. If you are just still waiting for it, it is going to be coming through. We know this. We're from the future, so we know this. Let me welcome there's some new, let me welcome the sweet, sweet dear ones and see if there's any new names here. Welcome, Huna Bigot. Welcome, Jane. Welcome, Huna. Watawaho. And that's the same, Birgit. And Tom Stew, is that a new name? Maybe it's a new name, I think. A new person. Hunahi Manua, welcome. Ket from Vasava. Ket from Vasava. Ket, is that you? You just recently was sealed. Ket, is that you? Great. If it's not you, let me know. And perhaps you're going to be, because Poland has been calling. Vasava. Starseed Energy, welcome. Christina Nicole, Wawanui, Victoria Stadnik. Aloha to you and Kauai. Katie Mage, Huna Kaharima. Greetings to you there in Five Finger Lakes. Yes, absolutely. Moira, Huna, Mamoira, Mamoira Ire, I believe. Mamoira excuse me. From Mont Blanc, France. Tara Burke. Afia, welcome Afia, Huna. Makaresa, Aktale, Wawa to you, Aktale, from Makaha, Hawaii. And Moana, well, Polomalu, is that the same family of the Troy Polomalu? Is that the same family there? Let me know, okay? And Huna Manikai. Yes. Oh, okay. So Ket, that is you, Huna. Can you remind me of your Huna, please? Ket. So we have a feeling of you over there in the Vasava. Mary Magdalene Mendoza, the Triple M. Huna Triple M. The Triple M. The Triple M. Mahopaku, welcome Mahopaku. Huna Mahopaku. Oh, that is the same, boy. Troy Palomalu's family. Chalofa. Who else? We got Gary Corey Gamble from Iowa. Huna Katamakutu Wakoha. Katamakutu Wakoha. Wow, we did that, Huna. Sometimes I forget, but wow, can't forget that one, surely. Also, Wawa Kwa Umsa Lagi Wun. Okay, over here in the grams of the instant, we've got Beata Gomez. That's a new name. Is that a new visitor? We have a new visitor. Beata Gomez. Buenos dias. Buenas tardes. Sister of La Luna. Welcome. Hypnosis with Michael. Michael's going to do a little hypnosis. Is that what you do, Michael? Fantastic. Regression. Very good. Regression. Nanchan Hunapu. That's a new one. That's a new visitor as well. Satori Coach. Wawa. Paulie. Fiona Sarai Fink. A.K.A. Huna Kahasahi. My love. Welcome. I'm back again. Manam. Leah Honda 76, Spiritual Warrior, welcome. Rain Meadows, Fiofi in Hamburg, I believe that is mother, mama, Muta, is that you, Muta, is that you? Is that you? Chu, is that you, Muta? Muta in German, no? Muta. Remy, welcome. Let's do some new names. Remy, new visitors. Racer, new visitor. Rain Meadows 91, perhaps, I'm not sure. Vanya, that's a new visitor. That's a new visitor there, I think. Una Matatu right there. Astro Via. Nourish your body, nourish your light body. Wawa nui mana kori, huna mana kori. I get stuck with these given names, you know what I mean? I get a little, they get a little wobbly to me, these given names. I apologize, don't mean to, but I'm so used to the energy of what the Huna is when the Huna is there somewhere. It's like the given what do you call it, Christian, or the given name is, to me, is a little bit wobbly. Greenwood 64, Genevieve, Kim, keep it moving. That's fun. Amos Sebastian, welcome to you all. Welcome, sweet, sweet dear one, sweet dearly beloved. Yes, this topic, blessings of the Fatura, things of the Falcon. We have wonderful guests today. And they are incredible sisters, incredible Hunas, who have been very, very active in doing incredible work. And so today, I think we'll just jump right in and forego the monologue for the moment and just jump right in and just bring them right in. Huna Mahariwa'ata and Huna Mahihopo. There's four right there. Jump right in. Welcome. And Mahariwa'ata, I want to thank you to wonderful, incredible Hunas, Dragon Masters, Sisters of the Light, children of the light of the child, the most infinite ones. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I know that sometimes these kinds of things are a little bit intimidating. Don't be, it's all good. We're looking forward to what you have to share. And on today's alignment of the 25, August 25th, or the Ina Rua Marima, 25th, Rua Marima Unra Patila, Rua Marima. Unra Ta Rua Marima. Okay. The 25th of this moment in the light of days. Sweet, sweet dear ones. Hey, what's that around your neck there, Mahihopo?
My headphones. Oh. These are my headphones, yeah.
Like, you got a yellow thing on. Okay. Yeah, wow. I'd like to just, as a kind of a narrative and a kind of a monologue kind of thing, all rolled into one before we actually get started, whilst you're here, whilst you are visible, speaking to the sweet, sweet dear ones out there. This month, birth sign this month is the Falcon. Some of you may know, some of you may not. Now you do. In the Lemurian cosmology, in the Apokuda of the Lemuria, which is our word for cosmic astrology, or let us say the cosmic staging grounds, the Apokuda, cosmic galactic staging grounds before you enter into this atmosphere, okay? You come through the Apokuda, you come through the staging grounds, staging space. And in this birth sign of the Fatura, which refers to the falcon, that carries the energy of the condor. Sounds like the eagle and the condor, or why not? Falcon is really an eagle, okay? It's many things. And then it is also, it's not only little, it's also big. Big is small, small is big, it doesn't matter. Multi-dimensional. So the Fatura, or the falcon, in this month, I know many are used to the Lion's Gate being within this month. If you are with the codes and astrology of the Gregorian, following the intentions of Augustus, under the bad sign of Augustus. Do I say bad? I can pick on Augustus. I'm going to, just did. Okay, Augustus. It's just how I am, gangster sometimes. You guys know that, right? Augustus is no longer Augustus. It never did belong to August. It belonged to the one in the many, and many in the one. So everybody. What is that? Includes all beings. Represented as we said yes to be represented by the falcon. What is the falcon? Falcon is a bird of prey. Well, that's just it's an image that has been crafted, right? It's much more. There's so many more aspects to the fatura, to the falcon. It's visionary. It's depth of vision. It's physical speed and agility. It's tuned to the 9 senses. It is tuned to the 9 senses. In fact, all creatures are tuned to the 9 senses. So let us speak. The fatura is tuned to the 9 senses, has deep depth of vision and telepathics and the magnetics and the electric and the vibration and frequency all around its environment, right? We recognize this. We are with this. This is what the Hunas do, connect. And so we have ability to connect in as we accept all these things in nature this way. Somebody, Huna money guy, discussed this. Augustus discussed this. We've got some comics in here too, yes. Telling the truth. And some of you know the falcon by Horus, or Horus, son of Ishtar, becoming the father of the husband. It's too much drama. It's too much drama. I forget sometimes. But nevertheless, go beyond the story and tune into the 9 senses of the Horus and the eye and the crafted and engineered intention of the all-seeing eye of Horus. What is that? Why do we have wind? Why do we have wind inside our studio today? The wind is breaking through. By the way, we have thunder and rain happening today as well. Just quite interesting. We had full-on sun yesterday. All of a sudden decides to put more water in as if we haven't had enough water. We're going to talk about all that. And then thunder. So with that opening and that little narrative, I want to now open it up to our wonderful Hunas here and to share with you in your own way, guys, however you want to share this. You can start from the end and go to the front, or start in the middle, go to the front, and then go to the end. I don't care. It's all good. It's all riveting. It's all riveting conversation. So whoever would like to begin, please
go ahead, sister.
Your experience.
Okay. So working with the Motu and the Motu Kawa this month has been really significant. And Mahi Hopo and I have a Ma'ita grid up in Malun's Peak here in the mountains that we work with, to practice with, and to anchor codes. And we were up there doing ceremony, and we're working on empowering each other, having some more confidence instilled with working with each other, and how we can bring that about, and how we can share more deeply, working as sisters to where we honor each other. And so we're up there working with the Ma'ita ceremony, and we were gifted crows and owls at first, the uru and the crow medicine. So we have those up there where the bodies are laid to rest in that position of the fatura. And when we were up there gifting the crow, bringing it back through Wataka and Ma'ita, we always have the Yeti around us, for real. And they snicker because I usually bring them mangoes. They love mangoes. And this time I did not gift them mangoes. We forgot. And so they were snickering at us and moving the tree.
I got mangoes the other day.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they're so fun. They always say my little elemental Naomi. I don't know why they do that, but so they were snickering at us and laughing, and she's like, "Who are you talking to?" I'm like, "That Yeti over there." And she's like, "What do you mean?" And she's looking. She's like, "I feel something there." And I asked them, "Uncloak yourself so she can see you too." And they did. So Mahi Hopo got to meet a Yeti for the first time for ceremony. There are guardians when we're up in the mountains working with nature. And so it really kind of inspired her to go on even more self-empowerment journey. I'm so proud of her. She's so strong. The energy she carries is just amazing. And so the next day I had a land and property clearing scheduled. And so she took the opportunity to go get 2 mangoes and bring them up and do a private ceremony. And I would like to, at this point, hand this over to Mahi Hopo about that experience and the procession from there.
Yes, thank you, sister. Yeah. We ended up getting some mangoes at the store, and I had some free time and was instantly called to, it's called the Ogden Overlook. So it's like a 5.5 round trip mile hike that goes up to the peak and overlooks Ogden. I sent in some pictures. There are some really beautiful pictures that they overlook the Ogden Valley, and then they overlook the part of like Eden and Huntsville, and you can see the lake, and there's Snow Basin if anyone's familiar with that ski resort up there. But anyways, I did the hike, and I had 2 very heavy mangoes and my ceremony items, and I made it all the way up to the peak. And when I got to the peak, on the way up there, I was greeted by turkeys, dragonflies, squirrels, tuataras, a lot of lizards were showing me the way. And this is a familiar path that I've taken before. I really enjoy this hike, but never have I had the intention for a gifting and a blessing of the land. So I got up to the top and I took a few videos, and that picture right there. When I sat down under this tree, it originally looked like a honu. It looked like a turtle, and as I got my camera up, it had morphed into what you see right there, which to me looked like a falcon. Yeah. So by the time I got my camera out, it had moved a little. The head was a little more round. Yeah, and then it moved into the falcon. So from here, it's about another half mile up to the peak, and I got up to the peak, and as I was going around the ridge, I almost stepped on a lizard, and he said, "Watch your step." And I said, "Okay." Yeah, and then as I came around to the top, I was gifted with these feathers. I looked down on the ground, and there was just a massive feather right there, and then there was another one, and then there was another one, and another one. So I just picked them up, and I said, "Thank you." And right where the feathers were is where I decided to hold the blessing and land ceremony. So, yep, and I pulled out my mangoes, and I moved my backpack, and one went rolling down that canyon into the trees. And I was like, "Oh, really, Yetis? This is where you want this one to go? Okay." So that one was gifted to the Yetis down there. And then I opened up this one, and I had some feathers, and I had some alchemized flowers that I use in my altar, and some stones. And then I had my kaha stones that we work with the light of days, and my honu necklace. And from there, I made it a really simple intention. I wanted it to just be bringing in the medicine of the Umakawa and the embodying of Lemuria 5. It was like a commitment from my heart to the land that I am going to embody it. And as I was going through the karakia and as I was going through the login, it started raining on me. And it was so beautiful. It just started raining, and like there was no really rain anywhere else. It literally was just like landing on my like notebook. And you know, I said thank you. And as I got done with my ceremony, I looked up into the sky, and the sky was just twirling with clouds and just creating, it just looked like another giant fatura. There's another picture of just like right after my ceremony that, yep, that one. That was just so beautiful. That one morphed. I watched it just morph and come in and out. And yeah, it was just a really, really beautiful experience. Really, really connection. And as I was doing the karakia, a vulture, so there's black vultures that were circling me. It came within like 10 feet and swooped up in front of me. And I just felt all the medicine come down. Like it was just this beautiful medicine, chills, teary-eyed. And then I just started pounding on my heart and singing. Yeah, and then I just sat there for a while in silence and just took it all in and made my way back down. And from the parking lot, there's another road that connects to the main road, and there was a fatura. Yeah, and in that picture you can see the uta. There's like if you zoom into the little blue part, there's a bear. And at least that's what I see. And as I moved down the road to connect to the main road, there was a hawk sitting in the tree. Yeah. And I talked to him for a little bit, and I said, thank you, and I love you. And I ended up just snapping his picture. And then as I was driving home, I was coming back around. There's this lake, our local lake is called Pine View. And we've done ceremony out there a few times now, a continuum and a gifting on the full moon, and almost just like kitty corner from that beach that we do ceremony on. I'm coming around the corner and there's this pole off, and there's a hawk just sitting on the pole off. Yeah, just sitting there. And there was a couple other cars, and so I instantly pull over. I'm like, no way, what is going on? And as I see it, there's another lady coming out of a car, and there's another lady like slowing down traffic because it's trying to move, and it was obviously injured. So the lady grabbed a towel, and you know, I connected with her. We tried every single like bird refuge or anything around town. They don't take anybody. They don't take any injured birds or anything like that. The closest place was Salt Lake, and by the time I was down, it was like 5:30. So everything was closed. And you know, we ended up exchanging phone numbers, and I was talking to her most of the night. She was giving me update talk. And then yeah, the next day I was coming home from dropping my kids off from school, and I get into the driveway and I look up, and there's probably about 20 or 30 vultures just circling the house. This is just right above my house. And I call into Mahi Riwa'ata, and I'm like, get out here. Come upstairs and come outside. You have to see this. And they sat there and circled and figure eighted for about 10, 15 minutes just right over our house. And
wow.
Yeah, they were just everywhere. There was probably more like 50, because that was just over our house, and then they were surrounding our house. Like there was the main group of them, and then they were coming in from all different areas and all different sides of the neighborhood. So I call her up.
Yeah, they just kept coming.
Yeah,
they just kept coming and coming through the trees, around the roads, everywhere.
Mm-hmm. It was just so beautiful. They were coming down, swooping really low, coming down the street, and we go inside. You know, well, she comes out and starts drumming. Huna starts drumming to him, and we're singing and drumming, and they kind of go up and they kind of dissipate. And then we go inside, and I check my phone, and the woman who I've been talking to, about the hawk, she let me know that the hawk had passed. And sister and I looked at each other and we're like, let's go get the hawk. We have to go get the hawk. And, you know, I called her and she was like, yeah, you guys can come get it. I was like, I have a ceremonial spot that we can take care of it. And, you know, she was really sweet. She just loved birds. She had a big old tattoo of an owl on her back. And she's like, I just love birds so much. And I'm like, well, we'll take care of it and we'll honor it. So sister, if you want to take over from here and, finish up all the
yeah. So when we decided to get in the vehicle and start going there, which was in Clearfield, Utah, was the name of the town, we were sitting in the truck discussing the messages from the ancestors, because we realized right away that all of those faturas that were those falcons that were all around us were the ancestors. You could hear them, you could feel them. And that's why I just wanted them acknowledged. I wanted that drum. And sitting there, I had this energy of a chief just sitting in me. And I could feel his headdress first. It was just beautiful. It was just these red feathers in the bottom, and then it was crusted with all white. His outfit was pure white with gold symbols on it, on the arms and down the center. He was just amazing to be with. And he says, pay attention. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, what are you seeing? And I'm like, he's showing me I was dancing with her wings. I was literally making movements, moving with the wings, going up and just guiding these energies and bringing them through. Like, it was incredible. And then I saw her tail feathers were crowning my head, and just like this beautiful headpiece that was like created, and I was still dancing. And so I was just sitting with him, and we stopped and we gifted the woman with a few things and picked up some roses. We were called to pick up roses. And we get to the woman's townhome to pick up the beautiful being of the fatura, and she wasn't all the way gone yet. I don't know how she mistook that being for already had passed. She was still alive. And so I grabbed her and I wrapped her in my purple towel to swaddle her, and we logged her in immediately. We wanted her to know we were there. I made sure I had my Continuum t-shirt on so she could see. And as soon as we logged her in, we both at the same time felt her take a breath. She just went, oh, you're here. Yes. And so I just took her, and I had to sit with her in the truck. It was so emotional to just the beauty of such a benevolent being like that, knowing you're working with the Motu and the Motu Kawa. But to sit there and swaddle her like a child and just eye to eye. And she was just staring. And she asked me to grab her feet. She says, will you please grab my feet and hold my feet? I said, yes. So I unswaddled her a little. I held her feet, and I took one of my roses, and she wanted it under her wing. And she laid her head on it, like as a pillow. She just rested her head on it. And she says, just place your other hand on my chest. And I did. And I just sat and gazed at her like for a whole hour till we got home. And she's like, well, she's just like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And she's like, I know you will honor me. And we're asking her, do you want to go up to the grid in the mountain? How would you like to be honored? You know, we're listening. You can show us. And so she has an intention as being a guardian of this point in the grid right now. And so she's going to be anchored. So we get home and we come downstairs, and the chief says that we are to process her gift. And I asked her, are you gifting me your wings and your tail feathers? And she says, yes. And I'm like sitting there, and I have a hard time with that. I was raised with a lot of fishermen and hunters in my family. I was just not one of them. I had a hard time processing animals. They were my friends. They were just my best friends. I didn't feel like, I felt like it was a dishonor to process them like that. But then the chief came out and was like, not even the buffalo's tongue is wasted. And I had to really think about that. And a lot has actually come through that phrase that he spoke with this chief, and has a lot to do with the speaking as well. But nothing is wasted. And so, as we knew she was getting ready to be processed, she asked for Mahiho Po, because it was because of Mahiho Po's confidence and empowerment and building that beautiful ceremony to gift, that she was gifted to us as well. And so she was connecting in with her, and we were asked to do the honi with her. So she went eye to eye with us, and we're sitting there, and we both looked at each other, and we knew it was time. And so I grabbed my drum, we started logging her in again, and we were singing and doing the Lemurian codes and singing. Your song, Peace in the Valley, had come up twice.
Mm.
And I forgot some of the words because I was so in the moment of the emotion of just this beautiful experience. She was so soft and loving. And we're singing to her, and all of a sudden we get to the end of it, and she just goes, and we both saw her just leave with the dove.
Wow.
And so, yeah, after that, it got kind of challenging to process, but we did. And yeah, we're getting ready to do a major ceremony. She's still she's in a very sacred bedding right now, with some gifts that were from the beings of the mountains and the Yetis. She's wrapped in a bedding of sage and flowers, crystals, food. She picked out everything that to be gifted with. She wanted my pink Tirani ornament gifted over her body. So I was to place that there. And so she's awaiting the sacred ceremony. And she will reveal the intentions. She will reveal when. We also got the Fatura feather literally almost glued to our door this morning, saying,
Wow.
tune in, we're ready. Tune in, we're ready. So it's just been a very, we're calling this energy fast and furious. I went through a massive activation, massive visions, to the point where it affected my physical form so much with everything. It was just amazing. So she's literally just awaiting that ceremony. So she's all bundled up right now with all of her, everything you see on the kawa there, as above so below, is the apakura, and all of that goes with her. Except for a few of my crystals her and I had to talk about. She just laughed. She picked other ones. But the Mea Denawa Denawa Mana frequency had come through the Fatura this morning. And so I have the aquamarine candle lit where her body was. She's getting ready. So tonight, I'm sure the rest of those sacred intentions will make themselves known, so we can honor her.
Amazing. Thank you so much. That is so beautiful. The condor, which, as you say, the vulture, is actually
It's actually what? I'm sorry.
He
cut out.
froze. He froze in mid-conversation. Oh, he got pulled out by the Falcon. Going on a mission. There he is. There he is.
It's raining really hard now.
Mm.
Really hard. And I think it's kind of hitting the Starlink satellite.
Mm.
But So the condor, which is the vulture. The vulture is from the family of the condor. Okay, I don't know if you realize that. Maybe you did. Say yes or no, just so I know. Okay,
Yeah.
so what's really interesting is that medicine is there that you guys experience, who was there to help carry, and then also
We lost him again.
Huna, come back.
It is Unrata visiting the stone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, while he's out in the playing in the quantum, just as a reference point, the day that the body was received of the Fatura was the 21st. The protocol, I think, was on the 20th. So this is in the window of the enter for the Fatura. And now, Huna, you could take it away again. Now that you're back, I think. Did he come back and freeze again?
Yep.
I don't know if his mobile hotspot will work better. There he is.
I'm just switching the system.
Okay, cool.
Okay, might hold.
Are you good? You good?
I'm
better?
good. Can you hear me?
Yes.
More better.
Okay.
Yeah. So the interesting part of the Yeti being the Umakawa, and of course the condor medicine being there during this whole process. You know, the transition, taking the Fatura through the transition phase, through the ceremony being part of the transcendence, part of the transcendence. So when you were speaking to, you don't usually process animals, right? But your other family members do. Well, in this case, you're working and you're assisting the Fatura to transition, and so that transcendence phase is, as you say, you're about to have that ceremony. And are you waiting on the 28th? Is that what you're waiting for?
She specifically said that she would let us know. We would have the intention, and when we woke up this morning and Mahihopo went to leave for work, the Fatura feather was at the door, and she said she was ready. So I'm pretty positive after today's gathering here with everybody, I'm going to we'll gather, and that'll reveal itself. I'm pretty sure of it.
I am wondering about the 28th because that is the arero.
Mm-hmm.
Putting that out there.
I felt that too. That arero. Yeah.
The tongue, the arero.
The buffalo's tongue. Oh.
No.
That's Yes.
You get you spoke about a tongue a moment ago.
Mm-hmm.
Were you aware of the 28th being the arero?
I just remember that this morning. I had a day and a half of really going through a lot of energies and a lot of strong visions where I finally feel like I'm at 95% capacity again. Just resting. I had to take a moment to stop and integrate. Yeah, it was pretty powerful. There was a lot of pain being released, like screams of children, screams of mothers and fathers that required me to literally get on the floor and scream it out.
And I had that
Very
same experience that morning too, where I was falling back asleep and I could hear the screams of the children, like the 2-year-olds and the infants.
I can tell you it's screaming thunder right now, really loud. It's cracking. over here. Interesting. So we have, and so you have this next 24 hours, 48 hours to decide, pinpoint your moment. You may be taking a hike up to the Maita. Is that what you're feeling?
Well, we asked her that, and she wants us to place Maita on our property.
Okay.
And the dove has literally shown me the tree, or shown us. That's where the dove was sitting, Mahihopo. That is where she gets buried. The dove is already ready.
Okay.
The
So
Namu.
you're gonna double up with the Waikara and go to the tree.
Mhm.
You're gonna double up. You're gonna double up with the Waikara and the Tani for the ceremony. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Sweet dear one, sweet dearly beloveds. The Waikara process, part of what we just shared, the Waikara means the light that protects the water. Okay. And so it is a purification, a cleansing, a purification, recognition, and bonding, even deeper recognition. This is Waikara. That being part of the process for the ceremony for the Fatura. You have Kotahara, of course, yeah?
Absolutely.
Beautiful, beautiful. There was other photos you had, was Tamake?
I think that was everything that I had. But I also want to throw into this the message that I had gotten in regards to what would be happening this month with a bow and arrow, that the turtle was going to shoot a falcon arrow through the sun. So I was reminded this as I was texting you, Moat. I gave you the cliff notes of, they had an exchange with the falcon and they were guiding the falcon through the wahi, which is what happens when you die, right? When you go return to the ancestors to come back, they shot the falcon arrow through the sun, or they're going to. Maybe the arero, because I don't just see the pointy end of the taiaha, I also see an arrowhead when I look at that for the 28th.
Yes, that's called the huata.
The huata.
Remember the huata came up and I shared about it a while back. Huata means the spearhead. And of course, the arero is the tongue of the taiaha, which is also representative of the spearhead, representative of the leading edge, the leading point. And so so your ceremony, Mahariwata and Mahihopo, carries those aspects in it, of course. Can be included as you want to speak into it more with these aspects as well of the arero and the huata of the mahiwa, of the mahariwa'ata, the huata, and the carrying of the workers, the carrying of the breath of fire through the darkness, which is the mahihopo, carrying the light and the first breath through the darkness, mahihopo. This is what you're doing. I remember your seal exactly in what I spoke, but I'm reading it in your Huna anyway. And then of course as the huata being the arrowhead, the spearhead, aligned to the mahariwa'ata. Okay, mahariwa'ata. As a aspect of what your ceremony is. Now it's noted here anyway in the recording, so absolutely to be included in the ceremony of the speaking of it at some stage, as directly related to your hunas. Directly related to your hunas is about going. So the honu, the ninja turtle,
right there.
The turtle.
Mahi Hopo, the honu.
Oh yeah.
Also me.
And
on Turtle
also,
Island.
Also you, more better. shooting the arrow, the turtle ninja turtle shooting the arrow through the sun to also make sure that the gift of the breath is returned back to the atmosphere, returned back in. So it is always returning and giving back the breath of God, if you like, or the breath of the child, so that there is always one that remains when one enters. One will always remain when one returns. The gift remains here when you enter, and the gift is returned when you gift is given back when you return through outside of light. It's a very important piece, that understanding. And this ceremony, you absolutely have to document your ceremony. This is going to be a wonderful conversation, complete the conversation to this, yeah? Specific questions. Are there any specific questions? Do you have a question for me? Or is there something that you may have pondered and weren't sure about?
I have something that did come up with very specific vision, since you were one of the aspects that spoke. The crystals, the state, there's something with what's happening now that's also correlating with taking my seat and something in the Namu with my Lemurian birth sign crystal. And there's also a reference to the 22 billion souls. This is all happening at once. I've been allowing it to integrate and unfold, being very patient with that. I'm very excited at what's coming up and revealing itself. Just so many tears of joy. I even realized some more of what my seal was and what my guarantee is for my mission with the Motu and the Motu Kawa, and birthing, guaranteeing the rising and the dawning of the birthing of the Motu Kawa of Lemuria.
Very good. And obviously, the message of the 300 million and the Vatican and that aspect and perspective of this is the let's say an affirmation and confirmation of your gift of your guarantee. I know that it's Tirani. I know that was through the Tirani, because I was there doing at the Vatican physically with two Hunas, which means the Tirani was there. It was the Tirani that entered there to work with the underground and in the tunnels to release all energies and give back the gold, which happened shortly after, which also is which is also your motu, right? So you were there.
Yeah, that's my motu.
When I was there, you were there. I mean, we're all there. Let me just say, well, we're going to give credit where credit's due, okay? We can talk about these things. This is fun. We're meant to have fun. Now, let's not miss a thing. Let's not miss a thing. Let's not miss a thing. Take every little bit. And when we glue all the pieces together in the puzzle, we see the larger picture. Yes, you were there. If I was there, you were there. This is the Tirani. And so the guarantee, there was guarantee. And so the message coming to you for the 300 million was a guarantee that was your guarantee. And to be received, received that guarantee and received that affirmation at this time with the Fatuda. And I can tell you, of course, it's part of the 22 billion, staging of the 22 billion. Because for the return of the 300 million, they will enter again. But this time they will enter with non-interference. They're going to enter in through the Motu grid, they're going to enter us into the complete multigrid, but now multigrid is fully complete. We're on our way there. And we can say whatever we like about mother, father, and all aspects of masculine, feminine, and the womb and everything. But let's just give credit where credit is okay to be given. That your work is credited to you. This is how you get your credits. This is how you ascend. This is how you grow. You get credits, right? I should be celebrated and shared. That's why we have this conversation. That's why I started this channel to celebrate and give accreditation where accreditation is due. Allow yourself, allow yourself to complete the puzzle. It might be somebody else's story. You may still have a part of that puzzle. Of course, we can all say that, but hey, when you show up, that's a guarantee. It's a guarantee, baby. Can't argue with the DNA when the DNA is helping to activate DNA strand 11 up through 12 and then higher. Okay, because that's where it takes place in that activation in the showing up. And so all of what you are speaking about in your question there, your what you had been contemplating with the 300 million, you are helping bring them to the upper Kuda, because it's a staging and it's restaging everything there, the upper Kuda, to also repopulate after the deluge, or let us say that the deluge won't be as painful as they all like to make it out it's going to be. And we are working very carefully with that. So the balance of, let's say, the balance of the vibration frequency and the energies and the magnetic is in grace, in a graceful flow and not traumatic. Of course, it can easily be traumatic to an individual being run over by a car or fallen in a crack in the ground, swallowed up by a volcano, and swallowed up by a flood. It's certainly traumatic. However, the alignment is the alignment. Okay, the alignment is the alignment. The Fatura is fully aware, fully aligned, so graceful, so peaceful during this processing, this moment that you have, that you are working, that you are supporting, assisting, that the gift be made sure that the gift stays as the star child returns to outside of light. I'm just blown away by the Umakawa being with you guys. The Yeti. That's just amazing. I'm just so very happy that you confirmed you confirmed the Motukawa, the Yeti, the Umakawa, universal being on the ground, the universal being, the universal human on the ground, universal medicine on the two legs, with a hairy coat, big teeth, and a fluffy, the big hairy face that is supporting. Of course it is. I wonder that the Yeti, as I remember, still carries the sphere in its little pouch.
Ooh. Ask.
Did you know that?
No.
They carry.
I know they like to pick you up and hug you.
they have a pouch like a Joey, and they have a pouch. In the pouch, they have a sphere. It's like a golden sphere in their pouch. Part of their medicine. Sweet dear one, sweet dearly beloveds, if you have a question and you want an answer, please come and join us. Tamaki has just laid the link right there. Mute the volume of your YouTube before you click into the stream, okay? Come on in and ask the wonderful, beautiful Hunas a question or have something to share with them. Maybe you have maybe there's a similar thing going on with all y'all. I'm saying. And
I have a question real quick with that sphere. Is that, Mahi Hopo, do you think that's the golden sphere that was around us in ceremony? Nobody is allowed in our energy. They literally circle us in a golden sphere. That's the medicine.
Yep. We'll be our Maita is set up right where there's a fresh spring, and that's where the water comes down, and a lot of people come hiking around that area. And when we do our ceremony, nobody comes. There's just like a golden bubble around us this whole time, and maybe that's a good question to ask. I like
that. Absolutely. I mean,
definitely.
Yeti is known to take the sphere and hold it, I've seen it hold it in my visions. I have seen it hold it like this, like it's doing ceremony, like it's working with it, sharing its energy. Who is that just spoke? Okay.
Mahopaku, when do you want to do our break, Huna?
Hey, let's stay right where you are, Huna Mahopaku. Let's take a break. We'll be back in a minute. Just as you had advised.
Gee-hoo.
Be right back.
Need some Reiki or Rife energies? Or perhaps you need some Lemurian healing products. If you are in the UK, look no further than Huna Kaha Tota at www.hunashealings.earth. For all of your high vibrational healthcare needs, you can visit Huna Kaparore at www.lightinaction.earth. Oracle readings rooted in the Lemurian operating system. Get your Oracle reading with Huna Kahasahi at www.flc.earth. Live online journeys, energy clearing modalities, and sound healing sessions for new families with Huna Kahiwaha. Head to www.rl5.earth.
My ninja, my cousin Black Jesus, he gonna do a one-on-one session with me. All you gotta do is buy a raffle ticket. Come and be with Huna Flash. It's like that.
Yay, we're back.
And it is the back we are being. Thank you, Owens. We've got to welcome a few others that have just arrived into the venue. Thank you all very much. And those of you who are in the grams of instance, the new names, and welcome Huna. Maho. Wow, brother.
Wow. So I did
Your hair is
before
electrified.
my question, I did want to make the comment that gratitude. I wanted to say that I'm very, very grateful for Mahari Wasa's group as well as the work that she has been putting in. Um just from my direct relation and with my work, you know, I would be drawing down different light codes and key codes, and I didn't know that this belongs to different star nations. I showed it to Mahari Wasa. She said, "Oh, this is the Fatsural, or this is the Namu, or this is the, you know, this is the camel or the white star lion." So I'm very, very grateful for that. What else? Um, I did want to ask, like, I want to know, like, what the energy was like, because I could imagine that the grid itself was very, very electric, especially with, like, what was going down, and like what different beings did you encounter there?
It's been the electricity out here is nonstop lightning. We've had red, blue, violet lightning. Then the following day we had orange, yellow, gold, and white lightning. It's just been in pillars, like, and it looks like we were looking at on Facebook, and Mahi Hoko had shared some images that were shared from Roy that were facing Ogden, and it looked like family, lightning beings of family walking through the grid itself.
Mm.
It was just so powerful that uh you know, and it's thunderstorming. There's another storm out here right now. It's lightning, thunder, the rain. We had 2 days of sunshine in between there, and now it's back to the storming. I really feel like the grid is really charging up. Things are really anchoring in out here, and I can literally, it's so deep. There's the last few days, something has gone so deep with anchoring out here where I was having some twinges in the kidneys and in the taro, or the root, to where I would open the root and I'd had to sit in my chair like my seat. It was painful at first because, and anyways, the root opened and went so deep. Something was anchoring so deep to the point where my consciousness was following it. I tried to stay conscious and ended up literally at one point passing out, and then came back up at a certain point. It's just been incredible. As for the beings we're encountering, put it this way, what I'm noticing about working with the Motu Motu Kawa, especially in this moment, all them different aspects have been coming together into one aspect and coming through our essence and frequency and expanding our Huna to where it's becoming one. Now it's coming in and out of this a bit, kind of sometimes like pulsing, sometimes with realization, sometimes with the senses, with feeling, but it's coming in. It's just been incredible. Honestly, I'm still integrating a lot of things, and each moment we can just sit and just the thoughts will come, the feelings will come, the wisdom is coming through visions. It's coming through sitting with that. It's letting the unfoldment of it happen, but also playing in it and being excited and sharing a little bit about it. Like today, sitting here with Huna, with the arrero. The arrero did come up this morning. I was wondering what that was, and to me, this really confirms that moment of that ceremony.
Mm. So so I most definitely can relate to that. It's so from what I can pick up, not only is it a lot of activity from from the family, the star family and the energy family, but you also are experiencing lots of rest and sleep as well, right? As well as changes in appetite.
Yeah, the symptoms are the the side effects, whatever you want to call it, the integration periods, I've noticed they really do vary. Really tune in if you can to your consciousness. I've had to work a little bit with conscious breath work to allow some of that, the movement. Where usually I would use a breathwork track to do a breathwork session. It was about letting go of that technology and just finding your rhythm, finding your authentic flow and your rhythm with that, the state of the breath. And what speaking with that, I ended up installing the 5 root race frequencies back into kaha in these spaces and places where I found a slipstream energy. And everything was just being implemented. I could see and feel this slipstream, almost like a toroidal field of not only the planet, but like the omniverse. It was very incredible. And things happened so fast after that, this energy. And it was about bringing in the frequencies of those root races into those parts of kaha where they could be seated and remembered in a way where we do not fight, to bring forth the intelligence of these codes and try to remember that as creator beings and to try to work with it from there. So these things will speak to you and empower you with whatever your memory is, whatever you're connecting to will be your unique memory, your unique connection, even within the one and within the many. This is how you will start to remember. We work with this in our group, that we do talk about this. That is why we're always encouraged and empowered to kind of sit with these things and see how they speak with us and not just go with what is offered in the program, but to work with your memory of it and be encouraged and empowered through that.
Working with the individual expression for you.
Yeah.
Much gratitude.
Thank you.
Great answers, great questions, great comments. Yes, the kaha system is becoming very intense. It's becoming one. It's becoming the kaha system engaging. Ultimately, brings all systems together. It unifies. So that's what the kaha simply. Really, the kaha system. When we speak to kaha rather than chakra, there is no separation in the kaha. All aspects of the kaha system or chakra system become one. And when you work with the kaha in this way, of course, it's intense. It's very intense, but it is all really coming together, full unification of source energy, which is the kaha. So yeah, you were speaking to the taro, which sweet dear ones means the root. It is let us say we speak it, we don't speak about it, we actually speak it. So when we say taro, we are actually not speaking about root, we are speaking what it is, the energy of what it is. And so this is all coming together. It's all coming together. as divine direction. Sweet dear ones, if you have a question, please come on and visit. I want to thank Mahi Mahopaku, Huna Mahopaku, for coming in. Huna Watawa Hors, it's all quite exhausting. Of course. Now talk about the body changing over the last few days, as he mentioned. Talk about body changes and things, you're going to have to work out. You're going to have to get to the gym somehow. You better start working on your physical. You get out there and hike. You get out and do 10 push-ups every morning. Get out, just get going. You need to build that capacity up physically too now. You're going to need it. Get more breath work in there. Do the haka, do the poa to go and do the things. We have modalities for that, If you want to do the log in the action, then yes, get out there and do these things on the sacred and the nature, and build up your capacity, your lung capacity. You will need the lung capacity. You need this. You're going long on this one, sweet dear ones. You're going long. And when Huna says to you, hey, go long, you need to go long. Okay? Just in case that happens. Maybe Huna Mahi Hopo are going to say, you need to go long, or I'm going to toss it way down there. Okay, so get down there. Get down to that in there. And yes, this even for myself. I mean, hello, I just started back in the gym. I did a full week in the gym. Finally, now I'm just back on my thing. And so you got to get going, sweetie ones. You got to get. Don't sit
We actually
around.
spoke about that last night.
How old you are? I'm sick.
Yeah. We were talking about rejoining the gym last night. We're like, we just got to do this. We literally did speak of that last night.
Go and do
it. It was like,
start with 11 minutes on the treadmill. 11 minutes on the treadmill. Just 11 minutes on the treadmill. And work your legs. You just more weights on the leg machine. Just little bits. And then, even if you do 20 minutes and then walk out, that's fine. It'll get longer and longer. That's good. I mean, I've increased my weight by double this already in the last few days. So this is good. Now, not my weight, but the weight machine. So, it'll pick up. We all need this, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds. I really needed it. I was quite exhausted in the last month or two, and my lung capacity was low because, I do a lot of seat time. If you do a lot of seat time, and you do, because we are meditating, contemplating, we are in ceremony, we are in download, easy for us to do 20 hours in the seat. This is what meditation, this is what we do. This is what shamans do. They sit. But sweet dear ones, get out an hour every day. I go out and get out at 8 o'clock in the morning, go to the gym, go an hour, and then just get back in your seat. You'll be fine. Make sure you get up and move around, yeah? I beseech you. We want you around. Here's Huna Mahudi here, showing up here. Let's just bring her in here. Wawa.
I'm so happy to hear you. So lovely to hear you. Thank you. Question for Naomi Mahariwa Atta. First of all, I'm just bubbling inside listening to you. My tummy is just fizzing listening to you. So I just want to ask you, which, this sense, this intelligence you have, the sensitivity you have to, the nature, the elements, the intrinsic pieces, right? I just want to ask you, what would be the word, or if you had a feeling or a word or a message from what you've just done, what would it be?
Just the breath. Honestly, it's way beyond anything that you can speak. Those moments, there's moments where it's just constantly shifting. There's so much movement. Even the breath, the wind. Mahi Hopo and I were talking, the ancestors, you can hear them singing and drumming in the wind right now. You can literally I can feel crystalline structures in my energy and feel my fractal, locking in a cloning of my fractal around me, of little maitas and different crystals locking into my auric field. It's just been, like I said, I am in awe this week. It's just expanded so fast and furious. That's all I can say. I mean, it was just honestly. And there's been with the hum has been coming up, but there's been a really beautiful deep penetration energies that, because of the tension and the resistance within my body itself, I can't speak to others' experience, but the penetration of that energy has been one to release. So I'm going to practice, like Huna said, with movements in the body and the breath. There was points where it was on extreme pain or extreme pleasure. it was almost like they were one and the same at some point. Where it was just you hit your knees, you know. Yeah, it's just really the moments, they just keep shifting. I can't even fathom it all myself yet. The integration is probably won't fully integrate till after this ceremony on the 28th. We will actually, that's right before Celeste Fest, isn't it, Mahi Hopo? That's right before we go do our thing up at Celeste Fest too.
Celeste Fest is on the 29th. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. So when we do that, there's going to be a grief tending ceremony, which we're going to offer our Huna support. And there's also an angel wash. They're providing a ceremony called an angel wash. So this is going to be incredible. I just got to go one step at a time. And the feeling has just been, it's really varied. Like that big release of pain that was felt through the kidneys and through the lower systems of the kaha that were being purged and yet coming in at the same time. I've never been dropped to my knees like that in my life. I've never screamed like that in my life. But it was because of my own resistance and that memory being released. Yeah. How about you? Yeah.
Just feeling like when you're speaking, this feeling, this elemental resonance, like we are being brought to this purity. When you speak of what you just said, the releasing, but it's also coming in, but it's releasing the lie or the twist, whatever. Yeah, feeling that just being pulled into this elemental resonance, feeling that for sure.
Do you ever feel sometimes like working with the Lemurian systems within the programs that we do, those moments where we're going through the Nimarana, the infinite spiral, and those points where we're convulsing, and it's a transmutation point where we're feeling that tension, that negotiation within the body, where the light's actually coming in and the rest is actually leaving. It's kind of simultaneous. So it's been very interesting to feel it at these levels in the body right now. And it's happening so fast. And so it's just that awareness and that mindfulness is incredible. Incredible.
Well, thank you very much.
Love you too.
Take care.
That feeling of the waho and the wahi is simultaneous. The energy of the conception and inception is instantaneous. Conception and inception is instantaneous. Okay, so at the waho tonato ke waho wahi. Okay, tonato ke waho wahi. This inception to conception into inception, and the return of the receiving of the gift and the return of the gift as you exit. The phrasing for that is tonato ke waho wahi, and and to encompass the entire piece as we share tihe mauri ora. This is the gift, the breath of life. Grateful for the breath of life, and to be in the sitting in that circle where breathing is to sit in the circle, and in the as I understood it to be from an understanding from the first edition of the Quran. The coding is this is the one that I had to go and find out in Egypt. This in Alexandria, this code came in. It was to understand it in the first edition. To speak it, it is unra. Is it unrasa ta'ala, which means to sit in the breath of God. Sit in it, be in it. Was it Unrasata Allah, which comes, which is, I understood it to have come from the first edition of the Quran. It's what the Quran was based, really, truly based on, to sit in the, and be grateful for the breath, and to sit in the breath of God. Unrasata Allah. Now, yeah, and everybody's going to have their perspective, of course. Just share that with you. As you were speaking about what that feeling is in the slipstream. In the slipstream. The reason why I live here. Why is the reason I live here in the playa of light? Why do I live here? It's because it is in the slipstream. The center point, most center point between both tourist fields. Okay, between the Tona and the Toke. I live inside the Waho and the Wahi, which is the slipstream. We also, in the day when I discovered this, felt this, the sound that came in was called Turuma in the golden ribbon. Okay, the golden ribbon called Turuma is another expression for the slipstream. And so that is the place of the Waho Wahi, as I have discovered, and I did share. But of course, everybody is to have their own perspective on it. Now, Mahi Hopo, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I am feeling like a grounding rod, if that makes sense. Just feet deeply rooted into the earth.
Yes, a giant
grounding rod. Yeah, I've been very calm. I've tried to be nurturing and attentive to Mahari Wa'ata while she's going through the energies that she's going through. We are so lucky to have each other. I've been getting just beautiful gifts from dragonflies, butterflies, just a lot of confirmation of, like you were saying, is getting back into the physical body and just being. Like, there's no other words of putting it, but just being right now. Like, just simply being and just loving it. And just, yeah, just deeply rooted in grounding, just calm, just loving on myself, loving everything around me, building, really focusing on building the structures in my home and with my children, my foundations. Yeah. Huna and I really complement each other. We really do. She's she's very, very in the spiritual realm, very connected, and I'm very in the physical. And we completely mirror each other in that aspect of just complementing each other in that way. It's such a beautiful flow that we have, and I'm so grateful for it. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. Yeah. So thank you.
Yes, as Tamaki was just pointing out, there is a relationship of the Tirani and the Hunu. There is a flow, absolutely, automatic. Well, thank you for being so steadfast and a giant pillar that goes deep into the earth. And as your, what was your, yours was Honu? Your Huna is, your motu is Honu?
Yeah. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds, if you have a question, come on in. If you have a comment, come and visit with us. We're going to be, we've been working on bringing our shows to a little bit more respective time frames. And so, Tamake, do we want to share the geometry of the up and coming, or what had been, to just in retrospect, aligned to what has just come to be, and
You mean looking at the August?
what we had. I know, yeah, of course, of the Fatura, and I know that we had shared things earlier in the month. But it's also interesting to revisit a couple of those geometries as pertaining to this, because it also gives more power to more clarity. If you're into this sort of thing, if you're into this sort of thing like we are. Now, oh yes, so today is the 25th.
Yep.
We are between the 23rd and the 28th, which means we are on our way to the enter. We're in the processing of to enter again. So interesting that the fatura and your ceremony is is processing the return, which has already happened, right? Now the ceremony that you are doing is to support the enter. Huh? That's the opposite of what your perspective might have been, but it's also it's also aligned. We're coming back into the Honu. To enter through the Waho means to align into the Honu Motu. That's the angel's door. So when the Fatura has returned by way of assistance, the Fatura, or the aspect energy of it, of those who are born within the Fatura, who are being birthed right now, are entering after this, what you have done for the clearing. Of course, I speak a lot of words and a lot of blah, 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 yeah, Huna, whatever. That you can just be with this. But these are very happy, and I quite happily share these things this way, because quite happily, it takes the mind away from the mind. It pulls the hard currency from the mind and brings in the softness of the story into the mind, and then expanding the consciousness, pulling the hard currency from the mind and entering the softness of the story, the joy, the clarity, the joy, these aspects, these little jewels, these little gems, these wonderful geometries of diamonds and crystals, and they're entering those into the conversation, because they bring this softness to the hard currency of the mind. Ooh, I like that. Hard currency of the mind. And remove the hard currency of the mind and replace it with the softness of light and the crystals and the diamonds and such joy. Which is exactly what enters into what enters, which is the light that enters. Light of the child that enters, the most infinite that enters. And we can be with this, of course we can. I get a kick out of this. I hope you do too, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds. And so looking at the geometry and just looking at the wonderful shapes, the shape of the water, let's just say, because these geometries, right? This is the shape of the speaking. You know that in the water, when you speak, there's memory, yes? You know that when you put your finger in water, you are adding in another geometry that has memory. So when you're looking at these geometries, also understand that these are the shape of the voice, the shape of water, the shape of the breath. And water is breath, breath is water. It is the gift. And it is truly, I suppose you can say in one word that it's all a gift. Yes, the breath of life. Grateful for the gift of the breath of life. Tihe Mauri Ora. It's so explosive. Water is breath. Breath is water. And within the water, there is light. Anything else to share as we come towards the 28th? Now look at the 28th. The dragon's tongue. That's the arrow, or the arrowhead if you'd like. The huata. Piercing through the paw, piercing through the dark night, piercing through the darkness, returning to the light. Supported by the mahi hopo, raised up by the mahariwa'ata, by the hariwa'ata. The wa'ata and the hopo working together. One is pulling the bow and arrow, one is shooting it, and the other one is speaking it. The wa'ata and the hopo. Richard is asking if I've ever considered to close in meditation. Yeah, sometimes, Richard. I don't like to close. I want to keep things open. You know what I'm saying? I never log out, Richard. I always log in. There is no logging out. So, I mean, I get it, but no, I don't. I don't close things. I keep them open. I keep this channel open. I just say thank you. Richard, do you have a question? Come on and share a question if you like. Sweet, sweet dear ones. Over there on the grams of the instant, a few more minutes left. If you'd like to, add your 2 cents, you have to come over to YouTube to get the link. So you got to come to the YouTube channel, grab the link there and jump on in. Please. I see some new names over there. Little Bear Cookie. Always like the cookies. Little Bear Cookie. Cookie. There's one July Lioness. Okay, if you are just arriving, well, thank you for being here. Hasamatere, you are here. Morena, Atamarie. Connie McDonald over there in Canada. Hey, Connie, it's inexpensive for a flight from Ontario to Vancouver. So just, come on and join us. Hello, Richard. What's up with your nose?
My nose, yeah, good question. I won't look at my screen or it'll distract me, but last time you were telling us about meditating and putting our nose to a tree, and at 7 or 11 o'clock, and see what kind of response we would get back from it. And so the next day, the dog runs by me, and I'm playing with him with
really?
this. Yeah. I was playing with the dog. He runs by me, and I spank him in the bum as I tag him as he goes by. He jumps up, and he headbutts me, and literally pushes my nose to the side of my face. My glasses are off, my hat's gone. I'm leaning over, trying not to bleed on myself, and I feel my nose over to the side, and then I just straighten it like you do in the movies, and it stopped bleeding. And then I got up and I looked around and got my stuff together and drove back to town. But it's kind of funny because you and I sort of kind of we do it for fun. We butt heads sometimes, but sometimes like other people think it's like maybe a little bit more serious than giving a bongo headbutt. You know what I mean? So we kind of we poke each other on. We're the kind of guys that instigate the trouble. And it's good fun, though. I mean, that's the best part about it.
We're 12-year-old boys in the city.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But I'll tell you this about trees. When I was about 8 years old, we used to play in our front yard in a tree, and we used to throw our G.I. Joes up there, and then we'd have to go rescue them and stuff. So it was kind of fun. But when I was out there, this was for like 3 summers we did this. And then the 4th summer we weren't doing it. And I was just hanging out by the tree. And I was kind of thinking about all the fun we had. And I was hearing the tree talk to me. And it was telling me how much it enjoyed the fun. And I'm like 8 or 9 years old. And I'm like having this conversation in the front yard by myself with the tree. And I'm trying to like be polite and talk back to the tree and ask questions, you know, like a little kid does to a conversation. And it was really fascinating. But the tree, it really loved us because it really loved when we were hugging it, you know, when you're climbing it and you're hugging onto it. It was like, that's like its best moments. And it kind of really missed us. And then I was getting sad with it. But, you know, it's a tree experience. And you know, later on in life, I learned the see the tree as our brother. And I see it that way too. You know, they breathe in what we breathe out. It's all connected. So I just want to share that thought with you. And hopefully my nose gets better. It hurts when you kind of, when it heals, it's probably worse. So anyways,
laughing,
guys.
Richard, keep laughing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's good times.
Do you have something? Do you have something for the? Do you have something for the Huna sisters?
You guys are doing, it's phenomenal because you know what? Everyone brings something to the game and the experience. And if you go into your inner knowing and your inner self and it prompts you to do something, that's the right prompting. You know, it's kind of the right way to guide it. So when your experiences are phenomenal and when you share that sort of stuff, I'm like, yeah, I'm right there with you. And I share some of that too, but I want to see what I can do or what's next, or you know what I mean, to just expand even more on this connection thing that we're all going through. We got 8 billion people and 8 billion different ways of doing it. So it's all good. Every one of them is equally valuable. So I just got to say that. Keep doing what you're doing, follow your heart, and you know, use your head to navigate this matrix a little bit. You don't want to get a broken nose. Sometimes you gotta put your hand up, you know what I mean? So don't be afraid to do that if you need to. But inside, you guys all got the knowing. It's there. So peace and love.
Maybe you get a cat. Maybe you get.
Hey,
Richard, maybe you get a cat.
This dog, he loves cats. He goes out and he sniffs a cat, and the cat rolls over on its back, and he's playing with the cat and sniffing his belly and stuff. I tell you, it's a mad world. The cats and dogs are playing with each other here. It's all good.
It's one of the 9 senses. One of the 9 senses, Richard.
Oh yeah, well, don't get me wrong. I know he's seeing dimensional stuff too. So I know that the cats have their vibrations too, and they can see hey, if a dog can smell things that I can't smell, he can see things that I can't see. So I'm all 100%. When my dog is ruffled and, you know, he gets up, there's a reason for that. I don't know what it is, but I'm trusting him too, right? Cats are a blast though. They're so dimensional, it's crazy.
If you want to know, just go and sniff your dog.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you know what? Just breathe.
More bitter for your nose. More bitter for your nose.
You're breaking up. Sorry, I'll be quiet here. Go ahead.
More bitter for your nose.
Oh yeah. You know what? I'm actually breathing better through my nose, and it's. Oh, I'm over talking you. That's what the problem is. But anyways, the breathing part, I can breathe. I can breathe better. Oh, and in and out through the nose, no mouth.
Oh. So like the dolphin, when the dolphin when it rams into you, it's healing you. So like the dog just did it head-butted you to heal you, give you back more deeper breath through your nostrils, and that's pretty good stuff.
Oh yeah.
More special
Everything
breath to you.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason, you know.
Okay, Richard.
You just got to figure it out. But I
Thanks
should
for the
sign
visit.
off, though, guys.
See you.
Yeah, I should sign off. And like, I keep forgetting to look at the rest of the people that are here too, guys. I really appreciate you all. I'm just in the background, loving it. So but I want to step up too, right? So, got to jump on. You guys have a great one, okay?
Thanks, brother. Thanks.
Bye.
We wish your nose gets well soon. And we are about to wrap it up anyway, because we have come to the boom.
Hey.
That's a 333. Big numbers. Hey guys, Huna Mahihopo and Huna Mahariwa Ata. See, I slip easily into those energies than I would. What was your name again? In the because I even forget your given names. I prefer the Hunas. Sorry, that's how it is. That's how it is. You know, when energy is flowing. Want to thank you both for your wonderful gifts to us and your gifts to humanity and planet Matea, planet of the new light, bringing more light. That's what you're doing. I'm sure you know this, yeah? I'm positive that you know this, yeah? I'm positive that you have accepted that. You have accepted this guarantee that you are bringing. I hope that you have accepted it, that you are bringing the light. And I hope that within you there is no questions, of course, no question at all that you are doing this. And I hope that as you are accepting yourself even more and accepting your gift to the planet in a way that in a graceful way, that you are a pillar of the earth. You're a pillar of the planet. Pillars of light anchored here. And I am grateful, and we are all grateful. Matea is grateful because this is how Matea ascended. This is how Matea ascended to our support. And you guaranteed this, and it was witnessed in March 8th, 2021. It was witnessed. And I want to thank you for. And hope to hear back from you on following the 28th. So perhaps when the Namu arrives at some stage in the Namu, we can have you visit back and share us what else took place during the ceremony of the 28th. Because no doubt there's a lot more to happen. Every day something's happening, sweet dear ones. Every nanosecond of the Ra in the light of days, now that we are there, we are absolutely there. And so I want to also thank Huna Tamake, great workings, for great technical abilities and the flow, keeping this channel alive and going and running smoothly. And yeah, we'll just keep doing what we're doing, yeah? Keep bringing the love, guys. You know this. But you know this. So much love to you all, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds.
Hey,
Huna, I'm out of here, okay?
I want to share something before we go. Can I? Can I please?
Oh, okay.
Can I please share something?
Absolutely. You have credits. Of course you can.
How many credits do I have? So I know before I run out.
There?
The Lemurian geometry.
Get plenty credits.
There are 2 new things on the website for the Quantum Navigator. There is the print-friendly downloadable for September, now available. So with the work that you guys do on your own throughout the month, We're going to see the very pretty version of it soon here on the show, but you get the nice print-friendly version, just black ink. It's not going to use all the ink in your printer. The seating arrangements of the motu as well, and the information about the energies throughout the month. And I have to give a very, very big thank you to Huna Kahasahi for looking at the tapu with me today. It was a very beautiful conversation, and I have to give my thanks to her for looking at that information with me. But it's available now. Just a very tiny, very, very tiny donation. I'm able to provide this because of making the pretty version here on the show. And some instructions on how to play with it. What else did I have in there? No, that's it. Just 4 pages. Go play with it. Go set it on fire in a ceremony if you want to, because I've done that. A couple of us have done that. And I'm so excited about this one. A collection of 8 of the geometries that have already received their names. So now we know that arero is not just arero, but it's the arero. So if you want to have a collection of the canvas in your house, you want to have the coaster so you can use the coats that way, or maybe you want to get a little mobile with it, get a sticker or a little postcard, whatever's available in your region that's travel friendly. You know, there's a couple different options there of stuff to receive that's going to be printed and shipped to you, so you can start working with the geometries in that way, which is really cool. Which I'm really, really excited that this is the thing now. And just a year of doing the birth charts, and this is what's come from it, which is beautiful.
Great workings, incredible navigations, the shape of the breath, incredible. Thank you, Huna Tamake, fantastic. Sweet, sweet dear one, sweet dearly beloveds, go to the website, quantumnavigator.com. In fact, go to all of the websites of the Hunas.
Hey, what the hell is .com?
Oh, did I say .com? Shit, I didn't mean that. .earth. I don't know why I said that. No. Scrub it. Undo it. Okay, there, it's undone. Okay. Quantumnavigator.earth. FLC.earth. You know, it's all coming up in the exit here. So thanks for an incredible day. Thanks for an incredible session. Huna mahi haupo, huna mahari wa'ata, huna tamake, and huna maho paku for coming on, chatting with us.
And
we give you
mahari,
that one. Absolute one.
And mahari
and huna mahuri,
from the Ire. Mahuri, mahari, not
there
mahari.
in the land of
I
Ire.
apologize.
Huna mahuri. And Brother Richard, much well wise to you all. I'm out. See ya. Wanna be ya.
Wawa.
Home and property clearings, healing lagoons, dragon rides, and Wataka retreats with Huna Kahihoe, the Light Shaman. You can find her at www.lightshaman.earth. Coaching for conscious entrepreneurship or travel is available with Huna Mahana. Book a free 30-minute consultation today at High Life Academy or High Earth Academy. tetrahedrons and obelisks for your on-site ceremonies, handmade and coated with Kotahora crystal dust by Huna Hikahima. Shipping is available worldwide at www.shiningstar.earth.
Introducing Mexico's only harmonic egg, operated by Huna's Maroyata and Ma'aikuta. For all of your health support needs, be it physical or emotional, head to www.apapachar.earth.